position. One guess, guess who? Who never, never starts an argument? Who never shows a bit of temperament? Who's never wrong but always right? Who never dream of starting a fight? Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck.
Gosh, but I'm hungry. Me too. Hey, look up there. Let's go for a sail.
Who's got the sweetest disposition? One guess who? Who never starts an argument? Who never shows a bit of temperament? Who's never wrong but always right? Who never dream of starting a fight? Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck.
Fish and rudder. A guy never gets a chance to sleep around here. When did I put those darn matches? Ah, this is wonderful. bitch.
Oh boy, I should have taken him. And was his face red?
Who's got the sweetest disposition? One guess who never starts an argument? Who never shows a bit of temperament? Who's never wrong but always right? Who never dream of starting a fight? Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck.
It's a big sideshow before you go into the big
Look at him, Frank. Give me room, Brush. Again? Yeah. Again. Okay, son. Come on. That's our uncle.
My uncle can lick your uncle.
What? That's our uncle. Speak it up. What's the beef?
I simply stated that my uncle can lick their uncle.
Your uncle?
Uh-huh. My uncle.
When $500 stays 3 rounds with Pee-wee Pete. I'll twist him in two.
Very well. I'll make the necessary arrangements with my uncle. Well, Pee-wee, I got you another sucker.
Good boy, Chauncey.
You bet we'll really pack him in today.
Great.
All right, Pee-wee, cut it out.
Oh. He's just a big soda. Let me at him. I'll look at him once. Go on, you dog.
All right, don't crowd this room for everybody. You're going to see 3 rounds of spine-tingling murder, mayhem.
Oh.
In this corner, Pee-wee. hungry pig. And in this corner, canvas-back dog. Not me, him. One, two, three.
I gotta get a drink of water.
What a Godzilla!
I am too. Let's go home. Will you show him what you got?
Huh? Oh, yeah? Come on, lady. Who are you? Yeah! Huh? Oh, yeah?
Oh, no, the punch glass jaw.
No winner.
Who's got the sweetest disposition? One guess who? Who never starts an argument? Who never shows a bit of temperament? Who's never wrong but always right? Who never dream of starting a fight? Who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck.
It's a big sideshow before you go into the big
Break it apart. Give me room, brush. Come on! You did it! You did it, Dr. Donald! Again? Yeah. Again. Okay, Bud. Come on. Oh, boy. I hear strong.
uncle can lick your uncle.
What? Take it up, it's our uncle. Take it up. What's the beef?
I simply stated that my uncle can lick their uncle.
Your uncle?
Huh? My uncle.
Win $500. Stay 3 rounds with Pee-wee Pete. I'll twist him in two.
Very well. I'll make the necessary arrangements with my uncle.
Well, Pee-wee, I got you another sucker.
Good boy, Chauncey.
You bet we'll really pack him in today.
Great.
All right, Pee-wee, cut it out.
Oh. He's just a big shoulder. Let me at him. I'll look at it once. Go on, you dog.
All right, don't crowd this room for everybody. You're going to see 3 rounds of spine-tingling murder, mayhem.
Oh.
In this corner, Pee-wee P. And in this corner, Canvasback Doug. Not me, him.
Geronimo. Oh, I know that. That was it.
1, 2, 3.
I gotta get a drink of water.
Oh, the guy's yellow.
Yes, Doc. I am too. Let's go home. Be you slow about your daughter?
Huh? Oh, yeah? Come on, lady. Who are you? Yeah! Huh? Oh, yeah?
Oh, the punk's glass jaw.
The winner.
And furthermore, Bellboy Duck, I have received more complaints about your conduct. Your personality is your worst enemy. Unless you stop insulting our guests, you are going to be fired.
Yes, sir.
Hereafter, when you're tempted to strike someone, take a look at this, our motto. The guest is always right. There's a guest now. Remember, you're on your good behavior.
Yes, sir. The guest is always right.
No. More dignity. That's better.
Come along, Judah. Come, boy.
You haven't much on the ball, eh?
Yeah, you're right. What on earth do that pocket does? I filled up a crackers.
Hey, Pop.
Mine?
Yes. No, sir.
Come, boy. The 80th floor, please.
Yes, sir.
This thing has possibilities. What was that? No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Go.
Okay, pal. I'll take you down and buy you a soda.
A soda? What flavor?
Strawberry.
Strawberry? Yum, yum. That's my favorite. Stop it! Stop this elevator!
No.
I beg you! Won't you stop?
Okay. You asked for it.
What is this?
Help! Ouch! Let me go!
Am I fired?
Yes, you're fired.
That's all I wanted to know.
Help! Pop! Murder me! Help! Stop it! Help! Pop! Murder me! Help!
Loudly the bell in the old tower rings. Loudly the bell in the old tower rings.
Okay. Okay. Our next amateur is... Master Donald Duck. And you're going to recite... All right.
band. Come on, fellers. Forward, march. Okay, fellas, let's get hot. It busted.
Hey, Pluto! Come on, Pluto. Let's look this place over. Hey, Pluto. Here's something you'd like. Buffalo bones. Here you are, boy. Now, I'm going shopping. Pluto! Here, boy! Here, Pluto! Oh, there you are. What's the matter, old boy? Didn't you get any souvenirs?
It's a lovely day, you betcha. Everything is gay, you betcha. La 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 la. Diddle doodle dum, ba-doo dum, ba-doo doo. La 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 la. Yep, I got some. Guess which hand? Nope. 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 Yeah. No. No, no. I'm a gonna wash glorious. She's a gonna look glorious. Bum, 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 bum. Your bath's ready, Glorious. Hey, Glorious, come back. Good morning, sir. Something wrong here. Glorious! Get it! Glorious! La 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 la. I'm a gonna wash Glorious. She's a gonna look glorious. Bum, 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 bum. La, la, la 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 la. Gosh.
Hey, let me out of here!
In the beginning, the world was all wet. Today, it is still 4/5 wet. Man, the nomad, in the course of his migrations, often encountered bodies of water too wide or too deep to be crossed. Always the thinker, man soon evolved the most primitive form of aquatic transportation, a log. Supported by the log, or seated upon it, the next question was one of propulsion. First the foot, then the hand, and then, aha, the first marine invention, the paddle. From the paddle, the logical development was the oar, which employed the simple mechanics of the lever and fulcrum, producing maximum power with a minimum of effort. Because of the limitless, uncharted expanse of water, the ancient mariner oft-times found himself far, far out at sea, with only the stars to guide him.
Starlight, star bright. Gosh, I wish I knew where I was tonight.
Swiftly and surely the stars steered him on to his destination. In the 13th century, even as today, great thinkers worried about what shape the world was in. Some great minds firmly believed that if you sailed west far enough, you would sail off the edge of the world. From the earliest days, sailors were preyed upon by pirates! In those romantic days, ships often changed captains very suddenly. This colorful ceremony was called rocking the plank, or feeding the sharks.
8 bells! Come and get it!
When old Father Neptune went on the rampage, for safety's sake, sailors would lash themselves to the mast. Thus, the sailor was able to stick to his post through hail and high water. The flag is the sign language of the sea. Sailors could communicate with each other by semaphoring and wig-wagging. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. He wigged when he should have wagged. The happy, carefree sailor expressed himself with the hornpipe, traditional dance of the sea. Hauling in rope, hoisting sail, rowing, look out! Look out! Ah, the clipper ship. The queen of the seven seas. The heyday of sail. Iron Men. Wooden ships. Through centuries of practice, the sailor has developed a perfect set of sea legs. A sailor is easily recognized by his watch. Oh, knots. Who should know how to tie knots better than a sailor? He invented them. The square knot, the sheep shank, the granny knot. A very interesting knot. Bears great strength. The slip knot. Now the barrel knot. Most slip-proof of all.
Take it away!
This explains why sailors are often called old tars. And now, through trial and error, the sailor has at last mastered the sea. A far cry indeed from his early ancestors to the modern scientific mariner of today.
All hands man battle stations. Stand by to attack. Hey! Stand by to attack! Ready? Aim. Fire!
Back through the smoke of centuries, when Columbus first set foot on the New World...
Ow!
How?
You?
Smoke.
Match?
Natch.
And so Columbus not only proved the world was round, but also firm and fully packed. Smoking became a new habit in the old world.
Fire? Fire!
Yes, sire.
It got so man could face any test with a cigarette in his mouth. Ready? Aim! Fire!
It's a Phyllis Morrison.
Smokers could read the handwriting on the wall. Today, they see the skywriting in the air. The average man's habit of smoking leaves its marks deeply imprinted upon his surroundings. With tobacco, the smoker finds relaxation and contentment. A constant companion in his leisure hours. Ah, that last puff before retiring. And that first drag on a rising. Ah, its mild fragrance with the morning shave. Ah, that cool inhale with coffee and toast. A fast exhale while leaving for work. Ah, the soothing fag to face the day's toil. But sometimes, because of the irritated eyes, tickling throat, dry hack, coughing, wheezing, and the shortness of wind, the inveterate smoker gets a strange desire to rid himself of the habit.
I quit. There. I feel better already.
Well, George, you've gone and done it. I sure admire a guy that can quit smoking like you can. It ain't easy. If it was, I'd quit.
Quitting, giving up the habit, changed Gief's entire outlook.
Hey, George, I'm a father. Have a cigar.
Well, thanks.
Almost forgot. You quit smoking.
Yeah. What did I quit smoking for? I like smoking. I'm no quitter. Get a lot of pleasure smoking. I love smoking. It's my hobby. Smoke, 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 smoke.
Ugh!
Wow!
Going up?
I got it. I got it. Oh, I think I got it. Smoke, 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 smoke!
And the little man wins a big cigar.
Smoke! 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 Hey, mister, you gotta sing a fag, a pipe, nail, weed, rope, or chaw, or cigar, or snuffer, or anything. Just anything.
Why, of course, my good man. Have a cigar.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Give the smoker enough rope, and he'll hang on to his habit.
When the first settlers landed in America, it was a vast, unexplored wilderness. Trails soon appeared, of course, and eventually became tracks or wagon roads during the westward expansion. And these finally developed into a system of highways with the coming of the automobile in the 20th century. But in just the past few decades, a new kind of road has begun to spread across the nation. It is called thruway, or parkway, or expressway, or freeway, but the names all mean the same thing. We shall call it freeway, but whatever the name, it is now a part of our way of life. Freeways are already proving invaluable, particularly around large population centers. But they do pose some special problems for the millions of drivers who use them. Freeways are designed for the high-speed movement of great numbers of automobiles, and when used properly, are safer than ordinary surface streets. 2.5 times safer, in fact. But the freeway is a new and different world. A world which requires a new and different kind of driving by those who use it. Motorists here are bound together by certain practical rules and courtesies necessary for mutual protection. And any individual who does not or will not recognize this is a menace to everyone. However, such drivers can usually be separated into certain types, which can be illustrated by a few rather extreme examples. This specimen we shall call Driverius timidicus, the timid driver, a shy and retiring fellow. Usually overcautious, he can be a definite menace because he does not adjust to freeway driving demands. For an example, observe the way he enters a freeway on which the traffic is heavy but moving well. Mr. T proceeds carefully along the entrance ramp, which of course he should do. Now he tries to keep one eye on the car ahead of him, and the other on his rear view mirror to look for oncoming traffic. But he doesn't really trust mirrors, and he finds it confusing anyway. So he slows down as he would at an ordinary street intersection and takes a good look. The spaces seem very small. So, again, as he would at an intersection, he stops to wait for a big opening. This often comes as a surprise to drivers behind him and can result in a sort of boxcar effect. Now, while Timidicus watches for that big opening, let's go back a moment and see what he should have done. With the entrance ramp clear ahead, he should have been picking up speed to begin to match that of cars in the traffic lanes. His rearview mirror, plus a quick glance back, would have covered any blind spots, and he could have made final speed adjustments in the merging or acceleration lane. Now, showing firm intention, he would need only a slight change in speed, faster or slower, to slip easily into a small space. Also, the driver behind is now able to be courteous and let him in. But getting back to Mr. T, he has increased his own problem enormously by stopping unnecessarily. To go from a full stop to freeway speed, say about 55 miles per hour, would require over 500 feet, roughly twice the length of a football field, before he can merge safely. And Mr. T must start at precisely the right instant, or the gap will close too quickly, and he will be in danger of a rear-end collision. The approaching driver will be forced to slow down. And this can mushroom into a chain reaction, causing the boxcar effect again, this time far down the line of traffic. But again, what about Timidicus, who at last finds himself on the freeway? High speed makes him nervous and apprehensive, so he drives slowly. If he keeps to the right and doesn't go too slow, this causes little real trouble. But all too often, he strays into the fast traffic lanes. Mr. T, convinced that people shouldn't drive so fast anyway, believes he is driving safely and has no idea that he may be creating a problem. But now, drivers behind him are forced to slow down quickly to avoid a collision, or rapidly change lanes, which causes others to slow down. This can result in the usual chain reaction and boxcar effect. And innocent drivers often pay because Mr. T does not adjust to the freeway. The delay and confusion that follows invariably frays nerves and tempers and reveals another freeway menace we shall call Motoramus fidgetus, the impatient motorist.
Gall dang people that camp on the freeway. Come on, get going.
Members of this species are usually excitable.
What's the matter up there? Move it, come on, move it.
Explosive in nature.
Get a horse!
Or highly competitive in spirit.
Oh, yeah? Well, the same to you, Buster.
Mr. F usually displays an avid desire to get ahead, and when free to do so, is an habitual lane changer. Of course, a lane change is sometimes necessary, and when it is, a signal should always be given first. Next, a quick look to cover the blind spot. Then speed up and move in well ahead of the car in the next lane. Freeway pros will cooperate by dropping back a bit, for they know that courtesy is a practical rule here. But Fidgetus, in his impatience, will cut sharply in front of other drivers, forcing them to use their brakes. The same chain reaction often results. And Mr. F's progress can sometimes be measured by the path of destruction he leaves behind. But Mr. F occasionally finds himself unable to pass the car ahead. And now, in irate frustration, he is apt to move up bumper to bumper, regardless of the speed.
Come on, get going, get out of my way.
Unfortunately, Mr. F doesn't realize he's driving a potential engine of destruction more powerful than the largest battering ram ever to breach a castle wall. To explain, let us pause a moment, return him to his car, and see some freeway facts of life. Let's say Mr. F is traveling 60 miles per hour. A figure equal to about half the number of miles per hour added to that number gives the speed in feet per second. Thus, at 60 miles per hour, 90 feet is approximately the distance Mr. F's car travels in just 1 second. On a football field, it would move about 30 yards every second and go from goal line to goal line in just over 3 seconds. But now let's go down to the field for a little demonstration in which Mr. F himself is the subject. As he watches the scoreboard, a signal suddenly flashes. Now let's see what happens inside Mr. F. First, his eyes receive the signal and transmit it to certain centers in his brain. There it is identified, analyzed, calculated, and computed. And an action decision may be handed down.
Stop! Hit the brake!
The message goes out to the legs and feet. And finally, the brakes are applied. If we run through it again with a stopwatch, we find all this takes about 1 second.
Stop! Hit the brake!
Now, if Mr. F crosses the goal line at 60 miles per hour just as a stop signal flashes, he will travel a minimum of 30 yards before he touches his brakes. And even with good brakes and dry pavement, he will still cover another 70 yards to the opposite goal before finally stopping. So, Mr. F was actually preceded by a sort of danger zone made up of his reaction distance plus his braking distance. Now, imagine he's on the freeway, a bit behind and to one side of a car identical to his. Let's go to slow motion and suppose that for some reason, the leading driver decides to stop and applies his brakes here. Mr. F reacts as soon as he sees the flashing taillight ahead, but he cannot apply his brakes until here, past the point where the first driver began to stop. The braking distances are the same, and Mr. F comes to a halt this much farther along. Obviously, had Mr. F been in the same lane, there would have been a jarring rear-end collision. And possibly even others. When behind another car on the freeway, drop back as speed increases to allow for reaction distance. Under good conditions, the usual rule of thumb is 1 car length for every 10 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour, 6 car lengths. When road conditions are poor, make it a bit more. Now, back to Fidgetus. Does he drop back as speed increases? No. He's still bumper chasing. Is he alert to movements several cars ahead of him, anticipating possible emergencies? No. He's left himself no margin of safety because he... watch it! Not now! Look out for the car ahead! It's stopping! Even if the impact speed is down to 30 miles per hour, the result for Mr. F could be like driving off the roof of a 3-story building. Last but not least, we have the annoying type, called Neglectorus Maximus, the inattentive driver. Often Mr. N is simply hypnotized by the drone of traffic and carried off to dreamland. Then again, he may suddenly decide that the freeway is an ideal place to study his math. You may see him enjoying a second cup of coffee, or even getting in a quick shave while driving. Of course, his favorite pastime is conversation, especially with someone in the back seat.
Yeah, just picked her up this morning. Flat out, she'll put down anything on the road.
Neglectorus can be a problem to others, even when not directly involved, because he's usually a rubbernecker. And if some mishap slows traffic on one side of the freeway, he will jam the other side simply by being curious. And Mr. N is particularly careless regarding signs and directions. Thus, he is usually almost past his exit when he notices it, has to change lanes quickly to make it, and there's the same old chain reaction. Finally, Mr. N often neglects his speedometer and forgets he is moving at freeway speeds as he re-enters the world of surface streets.
Oh, hush up!
So, on the freeway, watch out for the driver types we have called Neglectorus, Fidgetus, and Timidicus. From time to time, you're bound to see one of these characters, and when you do, avoid them if you can.
Yeah, and just make sure you never become one. You see what I mean?